welcome once again to Starseed Rising 333. I'm glad you've tuned back into this channel. And if it's your first time, welcome. This is going to be a general collective reading, and I'm filming this on the 14th of March 2025. Whatever messages that come out, please take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you do enjoy this reading, please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe or share, or just leave a comment. I hope everyone is doing okay. I hope you enjoyed your week so far. Today is Friday, and I hope you're looking forward to the weekend. Now, before I actually start the reading, I just want to use this deck. Is called Spirit Junkie, just to keep the vibrations and frequency high around this reading. I'm just going to select one card from this deck. Okay. All right, our spiritual team wanted me to select this card. It says, my friendships support me, nourish me, and inspire me. All right, so I mean, at the end of the day, it just depends on the type of people that you keep around or who you associate yourself with. All right, so if it's people that are going to uh who are of a high vibrational energy around you, then obviously that itself is going to be quite useful. It's going to be um very supportive for you as an individual, all right, because it's very important to have the right people around us, okay, that can inspire us and not to pull us down, all right, to encourage us when we need to get things done, all right. So it's all about, at the end of the day, it's all about positive energy, having a positive mindset about yourself, okay, and how you can move forward in your life, all right, and making the right decisions and choices, all right. Okay, let me just get this on. So it's all about keeping the right friends, people around us that can nourish us, can inspire us, can support us, okay. All right, before I actually get into the reading and just discuss some of the downloads I received, I just want to talk about the current moon phases, as well as the planetary transits that's happening at the moment. Um, so first of all, I'm just going to start off with the full moon. The full moon is currently in Virgo, all right? And I'm just going to be using this deck, Moonology. So if you are interested in moon astrology, all right, whatever I'm going to discuss or mention, it will probably be quite useful to you. And if you have a birth natal chart, okay, because I'm going to be talking about the planetary transits and stuff. If you have a birth natal chart, you can check to see how the planetary energies, how they can affect you. It could be in a positive or negative way, all right. And if you want to know more about like the birth natal chart, I do have a video out that goes more into detail about that. All right, there are also some books you can get or you could check online. All right, that tells you more about the birth natal chart if you want. All right, and how to create one. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use the booklet, and and this card, it says here, you are good enough. All right, that's the message for the full moon, all right, in Virgo. Okay, and the moon itself is all to do with our instincts and feelings in the area of life. All right, it's very much connected to the energy is very much connected to the subconscious mind. All right, um, and also to do with our emotions. All right, our inner emotions. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly read. And if you are interested in this, or you would like to know the name of this author for this book, it's Yasmin Bolan, and the oracle deck is called Numerology. Okay, so it goes on to say it's time to be really honest with yourself and understand what leads you to ask your question. Have you been humble to the point of being self effacing? Humility is good, but it can go too far. And drawing this card suggests you may be underrating yourself. You don't have to be flash, just quietly certain that you are good enough. At the other end of the scale, you also need to honestly answer the question, have you been too picky? The full moon in Virgo card needs some truthful answers. Once you've given them, it should be easier to see how you got where you are. Your next step should then be more obvious to you. Pay attention to the details. Hard work brings results. Okay, so the tune to this moon phase, you could say, um, yeah, it's find a balance between the cosmic and the mundane in your daily life. Okay, so the tune to the moon phase is find a balance between the cosmic and the mundane in your daily life. I thought this was an affirmation, but it's an attunement. All right. um and the additional meanings for this card, it says worrying too much will attract more things to worry about. Have you been overly critical? An apology may be in order. Stop second guessing yourself. All right, raise your karma by doing something good for someone else. So karma is basically just the law of cause and effect. All right, so it's to do with whatever energy that we are projecting or what we are doing. All right, and it also says the full moon in Virgo is a time to declutter your life, your home, and your office. It's the time to sort what's good in your life from what's not serving you. It's also the time to clear out your energies via salt baths and meditations, and to practice getting more grounded by walking barefoot. No matter when you draw this card, it's a reminder that any time is a good time to start living a healthier life. All right, so that's the advice, okay, from this deck regarding the full moon in Virgo. So let's just all right, so I'm going to go on next to um the eclipse. Okay, we are currently it started last night. All right, so we are in the lunar eclipse at the present moment. All right, so again, so we're still on the to do the phase of the phases of the moon. So I'm going to be uh just reading out from this deck. Is called Cosmic Dreamscape. Okay. Hmm, okay. So it goes on to say, out with the old. Lunar eclipses hold the power of several full moons all rolled into one. So brace yourself for overnight change. Fate is flushing something out of your life now in order to make room for something new, something that's more aligned with your soul's truth. Personal narratives may quickly reach their climax or conclusion now, or you may experience a powerful change of heart that sets you sailing in a totally unexpected direction. Even if it feels hard to do, letting go of the past will give you more space to step into your dream future. All right, so the energy of the lunar eclipse is to basically to sort of like get rid of what no longer serves your higher purpose. All right. And also the full moon, okay, is also a time, all right, for fulfillment and satisfaction. That's something I just forgot to mention. All right. And it also offers inspiration and an opportunity to also celebrate life as well, and to accept our feelings. Okay, but also the full moon in Virgo also asks us to make those necessary changes, as well as the energy of the lunar eclipse as well. All right. So I just forgot to mention about what the full moon energy is all about, and how you can use the energy of the moon to make changes in your life. All right. So I'm just going to be talking now about, I'm just going to see what message um, for the retrograde. Okay, because it goes on to say on this card, reflect, refine, redo. All right. So we may need to do that in order for us to um, weave out what no longer serves our higher purpose. All right. And if you've never heard of a retrograde, okay, retrogrades are basically, because normally the planets usually go forward, but in a retrograde, that means if you were to study it, okay, it looks like that the planets are going backward. All right, so when it goes forward, it picks up everything we do. All right, and then obviously when it's a retrograde, then it basically dishes out the results of whatever we do. So it's very important for us to remain in alignment, okay, with both spiritual and universal laws, because none of us want to receive bad karma, do we? All right, so the retrogrades that are currently happening at the present moment, you've got Venus in Aries, and then it's going into Pisces. It's currently in Aries. Okay, Venus is all to do with love, relationship, partnerships. All right, in the area of life. Um, and it's currently in Aries, which is to do with self and personality, how we feel about ourselves. It could, and by Venus being going retrograde in Aries, it's all about like what efforts or how our relationships with different people. It could be to do with a people, place, or thing. All right. Um. The next retrograde that is happening today, is starting today, is Mercury. Mercury is all about communications, as well as the way we think. All right. And Mercury is going retrograde in Aries as well. So it's probably how we think about or how we talk about ourselves, about how we communicate with others, how we want to portray ourselves, or um, and express ourselves to others as well. How do we feel about ourselves? Because again, we are in the full moon. It's all about feelings here. Um, so Mercury is currently in Aries, and then is going on to Pisces. Pisces is all, energy is all about. It's all to do with sacrifice and service. It's all about like what have we done, the sacrifices we've made. It could be to do with in our own personal life, as well as others, for others. Um, Let me just think. Yeah, so sacrifice, what we probably sacrifice in order to bring certain things about into our life. It could be to do with the relationships with other people as well. And Mercury in Aries, it starts today till the April the 7th of this year. Okay, so Venus in Aries goes into Pisces, So it started from March the 1st up to April 12th, 2025. And Mercury in Aries um, starts today, and then it goes into Pisces, and that phase is happening till April the 7th, 2025. All right, so and the lunar eclipse again is all about purging. All right, it's also very much linked to the subconscious mind. So a lot of things that is hidden may come to the front. It's also represents a new emotional cycle. All right, and also it could represent endings. All right, also we may receive um guidance, blessings from the divine or higher power, and also be able to gain more clarity over our lives. All right, or it could be to do with other people as well. All right, so I'm just going to just let me just start. All right, so let me just I just want to just mention quickly the downloads I received between yesterday and today. So um I've been channeling a few songs here. The first one, I think, is from a musical called La Cage et Folies. All right. Um and the person singing the song, her name is Lisa Manelli. All right, I don't know if she's still alive, but the song is I Am What I Am. Okay, um so maybe that's the stance, okay, that you are saying to other people, that you're standing your ground, standing on what you believe in. All right, then the second song, okay, that I received is I was it kept hearing the song, anything you can do, I can do better. Okay, and apparently, I mean, it's been sung by other artists, but um I just picked one, Judy Garland. I think it goes, anything you can do, I can do better. So I mean, this song can mean a lot of things, but it could also represent that somebody might be competing with you and they think that they can do better than what you're doing. Okay, it could be um, to do it for a job, it could be to do it for a family member. All right. Um, and another song, all right, that was also channeled to me. This song is called Jamaica. This is by um Bunny Wailer. Oh, just forgot his name now. It just vanished all of a sudden. Oh yeah, Burning Spare, right? And some of the words, okay, in that song, it says something like um why be someone else? um it's better to stand up for something than to stand up for nothing. Than better, it's something like that, okay. And also what was channeled to me, all right, was that this thing about something to do with this myth about destiny swapping, okay. And I mean, I have put two videos out on YouTube regarding this, to say that it is a myth. Okay, no one, all right, basically can step into someone else's shoes. Okay, so if that is something that you're doing, or maybe there might be people that you're associated with, might be trying to do that, right? No one can step into someone else's shoes. Okay, we all embody, we can have the ability to create our heaven on this earth, okay, because that is part of our life purpose, our real life purpose, okay. And as Jesus said, that the kingdom is inside of us, all right. Basically, fate is in our hands, destiny is in our hands. It's all to do with the decisions and choices that we make for our life. All right. And another thing to prove my point is that if you, I don't know if you've ever heard this before, all right, that no fingerprint is the same. All right. So even with twins, that is impossible. And in other words, this itself is saying that we are all unique. We have our all own challenges. All right. So is and if you are somebody, or if there are people out there who are trying to do like spell work or whatever, it's just an illusion. It's an illusion. All right. And if someone says they can do it, it's a lie. It's a lie. Okay. And obviously that's very much associated, okay, with the devil. The devil is a liar. He creates illusions to make you think you can, but you cannot. All right. We're all unique. All right, we all human beings having a spiritual uh, experience, and we all here on a mission. All right, we all here on a mission. Okay, one person's mission it would probably, even though it might be the same, but there is going to be a slight difference. We are all unique. All right, so this is something that's for someone out there or group of people out there to to know. All right. Some other things quickly is that it could be that somebody might want to maybe come back to you, okay, because I was seeing this card in my mind's eye, the reunion card in one of my decks, from one of my decks. Also, they could be like someone might be wanting you to sign a contract, or maybe someone's signed a contract, or gone into some form of a relationship, or it could be a marriage without getting to know this person. I don't know. But this is the messages that's been channeled to me. There could be somebody around you, or somebody you're associated with, or you consider as a friend or close family member who you love, trust. This person is actually a foe. Somebody could be grieving. It could be you over loss of something. Um, I also got a channel message that someone might be in doubt about something, or it could be like a past life energy, okay? But somebody is actually in self doubt about something. They just feel somehow inadequate. Maybe they are able that they can't do something, and maybe that's why they might be envious or jealous of somebody else. I don't know, but this is the messages that's been channeled to me. It's also a period of endings. Okay, so some people might be leaving your life. It could be an end of a cycle for something, a place. All right, you might be moving, or you might be leaving a job, resigning. And the numbers that's been coming up, all right, is number 5, 1, 77, 33, 13, 14, 808. Okay, so these are the numbers. And if you are interested in numerology, this is a very good book. It's called Angel Numbers, all right, by Carl Gray. And there are quite a few on the market, but it just gives you the meaning, um, right, of the numbers. I'll just read what 808, because this I was drawn to this number on the clock. So it goes on to say, hey, you are in a position of strength. Trust that all is in order and remain focused on your truth. So that's for some of you, if you are in some form of position, or you have something going. So this is words of comfort, encouragement from the universe. Okay. All right. So energies. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to I've been seeing a lot of crows lately, right? And crows, um, or the crow spirit is all to do with transformation. All right. So let's see. I'm just going to be selecting some cards from this deck and see what comes up, what messages. I'm going to be using other decks, so I'll see what I can, what is best for the reading. Okay, so I'm going to be asking to find out what are the current energies around the collective at this time. Okay, so the first card that popped out from the deck, it says distance. Distance. Okay, then I've got play. Okay, the displacement. Okay, so I've got distance. I hope you can. Okay, this. So I've got distance. I've got play. Okay, and I've got displacement. So let's see what that's about. Okay, the top of the deck, you've got abundance, and then you've got anomaly. So, okay, so I'm going to be using the Everyday Witch to clarify these cards. And see what comes up. Okay. Displacement. Okay, so let's see. Distance. Okay. So the first card that's coming out from the tarot deck is Eight of Wands. Okay, so I'm clarifying distance. All right. So the first tarot card that's clarifying distance is Eight of Wands. Okay, Eight of Wands, energy, and tarot or oracle readings. Okay, it's all about energy. It's timeless and also it's non-gender. Okay, so he can be a she and she can be a he. All right. So the Eight of Wands energy is all about speed, action, excitement. So let's see what else is coming. Eight of Swords. Okay. Okay, so maybe you are at a distance at the present moment. Um maybe from a person or a group of people that was quite deceptive, or you moved away, um or you took action, okay, to move away um from a group of people that were deceptive, because you've got Six of Swords here. Six of Swords talks about moving away from a situation. All right. um or it could be to do with a thought about not thinking about someone from a distance. Okay, and you've got the card that clarifies that to do some form of deception is Seven of Swords. Okay, um the energy of Seven of Swords also talks about illusions, uncertainty. All right, but it could also represent moving quickly. So maybe you've uh um taken action to move quickly from someone. Okay, maybe somebody who was quite possessive. All right, so you've got Seven of Swords here, then you've got Four of Pentacles here. All right, um, and because of your action, this person now is all in their head because you've got Eight of Swords. This person probably feels quite stuck, or you could have been in that situation in the past that enabled you to move forward, okay, because you've got the Hangman here, um, from a situation where there was no equal give and take, because you got Six of Wands here, all right. Um, yeah, yeah. So, um, now whatever it is, it could obviously could have it could be something to do with money because you've got Ace of Pentacles. Uh, you've got Ace of Pentacles here, and you've got Eight of Pentacles here. Um, so this could be to do with some a money situation. Now it doesn't always have to be a group. It could be to do with it could be in either a family dynamic, or it could be to do with a relationship, okay, where there was no equal give and take. Um, all right. It could be that whatever you've walked away from, this person or group of people may want to offer you something because you've got Knight of Pentacles here. But you see, um, Knights are usually a bit, this sort of energy is quite immature. They're a little bit and very very slow, very very sorry slow. All right. You could be in this energy. Okay, and the reason why I say that because you got Eight of Pentacles, so I think it could be a financial situation here. Okay, and maybe they now want to come back to offer you this, or maybe that's the energy that they had in the past. Okay, and as I've said, that Knights of Pentacles, Knights, okay, is sort of like a very sort of a little bit childish sort of energy. All right, and it's a very slow energy. You could be in this Queen of Pentacles um energy here, right? Someone at the moment is quite prosperous, all right. Um, or maybe you are working hard at the moment, okay. You may be working hard or worked hard in the past. Um, someone who is quite prosperous, okay, with the Ace of Pentacles here. um, and again you embody the Queen of Pentacles, and you're waiting for whatever you have invested in to come through, all right. And maybe you have healed from whatever has happened in the past because you've got the Star card here. um, and maybe you are in a position where you're able to balance your finances, or maybe someone from the past wants to come in um, to offer you this Ace of Pentacles, to balance something out from what they did in the past. All right. But this person or people or you could be at a distance from this person or people. All right. Um, yeah. So let me see if I can find out. See if I can. Let me just use another deck and see what. Use the Panther deck. It could be that whoever this person was, okay, if it's to do with finance, whatever, this person could be all in their head because you got because the Eight of Swords did come out, which talks about mental conflict. So you got confinement here. All right. I hope you could see the. Sorry if the reflection of the cards is. I'm just trying to see if I can. All right. So um, got confinement here. We've got robbery. So I don't know. Looks like it says here exploitation, in caution, unfairness. So there might have been some unfairness in that situation. Um, this person could be sort of paranoid or depressed, or you could be now. It depends. Okay, it could be. This doesn't have to be your story. Okay, it could be to do with people around you or people you associate with. All right, it doesn't always have to be family or people that it could be to do with other people that's around you that's experiencing these things. All right. Um, maybe this person feels trapped in their head because you got trapped here. Let's see. They could also be very stressed, okay, about this whole situation. Um, they could somehow feel that they could be running out of time. I don't know. This is what's coming up, and I don't know. Someone or a group of people could be homeless. They could also be wanting to compromise some. Maybe that's why earlier on we had the Knight of Pentacles, but it's a very slow type of energy. Okay, it could be something that you had received, or it's to do with some form of blessing. Okay, or maybe they see you as seeing your blessings coming in, and they probably okay, and they now want to come. They want to now come in, but you've persevered, okay, whatever it was. All right, and it was basically a karmic lesson because this individual or group of people, they were all wearing a mask, okay, and they could be doing, as I said, some form of spell work here. All right, maybe to hold on to things or something that doesn't belong to them. I don't know. All right, so let me see if I can get any more information. I'm going to be using the situation. Distance. Okay, so maybe this person or group of people just strung you along to make you believe that that they had their best intentions for you. It could be a relationship as well because some form of relationship. It could have been a marriage because um we've got high commitment, eternity, partnership. So it could be something to do with a relationship, a love relationship. Um, this person wants to maybe contact you. They want to talk to you, but this person is very deceptive. It says a girl with a snake. It says charmed or use. Um, and then you got the snake here. It says competition, an enemy, the other woman, look over your shoulder. So whoever you moved away from, okay, this person was definitely um an enemy or foe. This person could be very codependent. It could be a group of people, okay, who's now quite obsessed, very possessive. All right, because you got and they could have they this basically this person could be very toxic. And as I said, it could be a love to do for a love relationship, and you've moved away because it says cut down, cutting out, separation. Okay, and again, you've got separation here. It's a sadness, bitterness, missing you, thinking about you, uncertain future. Okay, because one of the messages that was channeled to me was something that someone is grieving over loss. Okay, about something. So, all right. Let's see if I can use another deck. Let me use this one. It's called Your Feelings Are Valid, and see what comes up. What wanted to pop out, it says gloom. So maybe this person is like feeling very depressed. They could be in fear of something, or maybe they might be afraid that whatever they did in the past is going to come out. They could be hoping to maybe have a second chance with you. um, let's see what else. Okay, you probably healing from this situation. Okay, so and had chance to reflect about what has happened. Um, okay, and I guess you must be loving on yourself, but it could be a love situation there. And there probably could be some forms of resentments because you've moved away from that situation, but you are at peace, okay, at this present time. Okay, so I'm just going to clarify play. All right, so let's see what that's about. So let's see. Now I'm just looking at the numbers of this card. Okay, where it says distance. This is on when you add the two numbers. Okay, it gives you a number 5, which is all to do with which is represents change. 5 represents change, instability, and conflict. So maybe you've moved away from a situation, okay, where there was no stability, okay, where there was a lot of conflict. All right, and the card I'm clarifying is when you add the two numbers, because you've got 36 here. 36, when you add the two numbers, it gives you the number 9. All right, so it could be that a cycle has coming to an end, was ended, and you somehow feel somehow fulfilled in your life. All right, so let's see. Or someone might have played with your feelings in the past, someone at a distance, and somehow you didn't feel you didn't feel a sense of longing there. All right, because you got displacement was the other card that came out after play. So let's I'm going to be clarifying um the card, this one here, the second card that says play. Okay, play. Okay, so the first tarot card that's coming out from the Everyday Witch is King of Wands. Okay, so again, you might be dealing with someone who embodies that energy. This could be your energy, or it could be the energy of past people. All right. So, King of One's energy could be um, someone who is in a leadership role, somebody who is quite confident, someone who's quite successful. But the shadow side is that it could be somebody who is quite vicious, impulsive, very demanding. Okay. Okay, you also have King of Swords here. So, um, if you were in a relationship, okay, so it could be to do with two people here that one could have embodied a King of Wands, so this could be you, I don't know. Um, and you got a King of Swords here. King of Swords energy is all to do with somebody who is quite the light side, okay, somebody who is quite truthful, somebody who's courageous, somebody has a great deal of mental power. Okay, the shadow side is somebody who could be very arrogant, somebody who's very judgmental, somebody who's very manipulative. Okay, so you could be or dealing with, or maybe that you embody that energy, or they could be two different individuals. There's somebody who embodies the King of Wands energy, or somebody who embodies the King of Swords energy. All right. Now, the interesting thing here, I've got Knight of Swords here. All right. So, again, maybe whoever it is, maybe this person or people were very single-minded. They could be somebody that was, people who were quite daring, ambitious, but they could be people who are very impatient, lack focus, and very unpredictable. Um, and you could have walked away from this person or people because you've got eight of um cups here, okay, which talks about walking away from, and with the cups is all to do with um our emotions. All right. um okay, you could have somehow found the strength to do that, okay, because you've got the strength card here. um and whoever you've walked away from, or if it's a group of people, or if it's a person, this person somehow feels betrayed because you made that decision. All right. But this person or group of people, this person, they were behaving in devilish energies here. Okay. Okay, they may want to come back, okay, to start a new passionate beginning with you. um but then you've got Seven of Wands talks about being very deceptive, very the sorry being Seven of Wands talks about someone who is very not deceptive. That's Seven of Swords. Seven of Wands talks about standing your ground, standing on what you believe in, be as protecting what you have. You could be you yourself as a person. Okay, they could be trying to come back to bring some form of balance, maybe to offer you whatever it is that they didn't offer you in the past. Could be love, money, whatever it is, to bring some form of balance. But I think at the moment you are balanced, okay? Because you got, so this could, temperance card could also mean that you are balanced in your life right now, okay? And that's why you're defending your peace, okay? You're very protective of your peace, okay? Could be to do with a person or group of people. Okay. Um, it could be something that's happening now, because as I said that um when you these messages, okay, could uh be something, it could be to do with past energy, present, or in the near or distant future. Okay, so whatever messages are coming, please take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay. This card, spirit wanted me to take this card. It could be to do with some form of commitment or contract. It could be a marriage. Okay. Um, let me see. If I play, okay. Whether if it's a person or group of people, they okay. This card wanted to come out again. It says homeless. Here, so some people might be, losing their home, or they could be homeless at the present time. I don't know. This again, I've shuffled the cards. This one is coming. It says trapped. So some people might be trapped in a situation, trapped in their head. Um, this card again wanted to come out right, and right talks about spell work. Um, maybe they went into a situation without not without thinking through. Okay, because you got blind here. Um, this is stop. So again, this wanted to come out, but um, maybe they are somehow feels. Maybe they thought that whatever it was a fun, but now it's bringing a lot of conflict here. Okay, because you got stagnation here. Um, that's describing the card stop. All right, then you got conflict, difference, disputation, quarrel. Um, you've got confinement here, which could mean mental conflict, and then you got mask. Okay, so and again you got live and learn. Live and learn. It's all about karmic lessons. Okay. Let me use another deck. What is this one? Situations. See what's happening. So I'm just going to be using another deck, situations, and see what comes up. Oh, this card didn't even belong. Okay. Okay, it says, oh, this card doesn't even belong to this deck. The situation deck is from another deck. It says ascending, learning, transcending, preparing for union, new phase. So I did say earlier, okay, that the lunar eclipse energy, it is to do with a new emotional phase. So um and if you want a spiritual or religious path, okay, you could be ascending, so you probably left this situation behind. All right. And you're now ascending. Okay, you've learned your lesson from this situation. Okay. um because this card, and um again you've got Archangel Michael card wanted to come out here. It says protection, also prevented from harm, divine intervention. So if you are on a spiritual path or religious path, you might have, or if you have some connection or you work with the energies of the angels, so maybe um they somehow intervened. Okay. You could be clearing your space, removing anything that is negative, that's that's probably affecting you, your energy, all right, at this present time. Okay. Um, they probably want these people, or I don't know, whether you are dealing with this person could have been a distorted masculine or feminine energy. Okay, because we all embody masculine and feminine energies. And maybe this person wants to come back, or they're thinking about doing some form of revenge, all right, which may involve some form of entrapment, which could include either something to do with money, or or make you trapped, or keep you trapped in a situation, or it could be to do for pregnancy. I don't know. This is what I'm getting here from this deck. Let's see what else. So let me just use the broken mirror deck. So I'm just using another deck, the broken mirror deck. This person probably will try and, or group of people might want to tempt you back into a situation. Obviously, this person or people are very immature, very now probably going to be playing the victim, very could be very argumentative. All right. They also could be fighting with each other if it's a group of people you've left behind. Okay. They could be probably calling you on unknown numbers, or they could also feel that their whole life is crumbling around them. And this card, it says it all. It says toxic people, and also secretive. And this card says red flag. And you've probably um listened to divine guidance, use your intuition to move away from these people, places, regarding this situation, whatever situation you were in that wasn't, making you happy. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to be clarifying the this card. Where it's the last card from the crow deck. It says displacement. Okay, so wherever you were in the past, okay, that's, or it could be something that's happening now, as I said, because as I said, oracle or tarot readings are timeless, right? So if that's something that happened to you in the past, right, you've got 13 here. 13, when you add it to it, it gives you the number 4. Okay, and number 4 in numerology talks about structure, stability. So maybe wherever you were, okay, maybe there was just no stability there. um it wasn't a strong foundation if it was a relationship. All right. Or you could be that you just felt not longing. You somehow felt that, like, people made you feel that you didn't belong, okay, in a situation, in among them. All right. And somehow you felt displaced. Okay, so let's see. Maybe they're now, since you moved away, all right, if that's your story, they somehow, um, maybe they've had a chance to think about the situation, what they did. I don't know. Just it just depends on your situation. Please clarify this, please. Okay, so The first tarot card that's clarifying displacement, we've got Temperance. Okay. Um, that's on number 14. So when you add the two numbers, that gives you a 5. So maybe you feel balanced because you were able to make that change. Okay. Maybe you've because you got the Moon card here. So the Moon talks about it could um it doesn't always represent our instincts and feelings, but it could also um its energy can be used or to bring clarity into a situation. Okay, so you might have received clarity if you are have a psychic. All right, could be a high priestess or have some form of spiritual gift. Okay, maybe one of the clairs. All right, you could be a medium. All right, and you've probably and listened to your intuition. All right, and you probably um found out some information or just used your intuition to guide you away from the situation. All right, um maybe you found out that this person or people or maybe that's something they're planning to do, want to come back. It's got 5 of swords. 5 of swords energy is all about winning at all costs, or maybe that's what they tried to do at, in the past. um okay, or maybe kept you um hanging or something like that, because I think the hangman did come up here. All right, but anyway, you've got 5 of swords here. You've got which could also represent a conflict, the energy. Okay, you've got 6 of pentacles. So again, maybe you were in a situation, as I said earlier, that there was no equal give and take. It could be to do with money, or it could be to do with love. Take it out, take the energy as it resonates. All right, and since you walked away, this they feel somehow lost. Okay, because and you could be embodying the Queen of Cups energy, um and you could also be in this energy right now, the Queen of Swords energy, someone who has very or have created very healthy boundaries against people, places, things. Okay, and um, you've taken the leap of faith to move away, okay, from this issue called the Fool here. Um, but by being the Queen of Swords, all right, you are definitely in this energy here. All right, 7 of Wands energy, very protective of what you have, of you, even you, of your mind, your peace. Okay, um, and this person or group of people may be trying to find the strength, okay, to come back, to take the leap of faith, because you've got the Fool here, maybe to offer you something, and it's definitely to do with uh people or person from the past, because you've got 6 of Cups here. But again, you've got the World card. That means the cycle has ended, okay, regarding this situation or relationships with, you know, people. Okay, so you could be dealing with, or you could be in this energy, but you've got a King of Wands here. So you could be dealing with a King of Wands. It could be a male or female, as I said, that uh, tarot oracle readings is non-gender. Okay, you might have some form of spiritual connection, because you got the Hierophant. Hierophants also represent institutions or family. Um, there could have been divine intervention in this situation. You could have maybe a very close relationship with the higher power, the divine. You could be on a spiritual life path or journey. You also have like Three of Cups here. So it could be to do with a group of people here. It could be to do with a work situation here. All right. Or it could be you who have sort of are working together with your soul tribe, members of your soul tribe, and you're quite happy at this present at peace because you got Ten of Cups here. Okay, you've got the Hermit, all right, and you've got the Empress. So you could be in this energy, which is it's I would consider the Empress energy as somebody as the you probably in the embodying the divine feminine energy or power. Somebody's quite creative, um like somebody who um expresses yourself very well, um brings about or creates new ideas, somebody who's quite successful and at peace, because the Empress embodies all the queens. Okay, it embodies the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, and Queen of Wands energy. Okay. Okay, so let's see what else I can get for this. Let's see. Hmm. Okay, so this again wanted to, yeah, this card wanted to pop out again. It says stagnation. So these people are somehow feeling stuck or person. Obviously, they were wearing a mask. All right, this was a karmic lesson. Okay, whatever they're probably all in their head. Okay, somehow you persevered regarding this situation and feel blessed or feeling somehow abundant. Okay, because you've got abundance came up at the top of the crow deck. Okay, they probably want to come into compromise. They somehow feel very stressed. They probably feel that time is running out, but you are um quite at peace at the moment, and that was just part of your destiny. You probably living your destiny, and you somehow are very victorious at the present moment. Okay, so let's see what else. Let's see if I can get anything from the other. Where's the other situation deck? They could be thinking about you since you walked away because you got cutting down again. Let's see. Yeah, I think I think the people that you are dealing for this person probably they lacked confidence because it says not enough. People who are very frustrated, acting out of their ego, um, you know, and as I said, they're hiding their true feelings, pretending, dislude, gaslight. They're also definitely wearing a mask. Okay, you probably now feel at peace, having fun. All right. You could be loving on yourself as well. Okay. And these person or people were very self-absorbed. And again, you've got this card that says ascending. So you've definitely learned this lesson from these people. And you're stepping into a new phase of your life. Okay, you've let go from this situation here. Okay, they're probably trying to, maybe they want to try and come back, because obviously, as I said, the Seven of Wands card came, but you are in this Queen of Swords energy, making healthy choices, because the Queen of Swords as well as the Empress energy is all about creating healthy boundaries, which includes self-love, self-care, being happier with yourself, um, having a better relationship with yourself, and you somehow feel very stable, very secure. Okay. um and maybe these people you've left behind, they're probably just stalking, watching, hoping, um to see if they could have another chance with you, but you've moved away from this situation. It was a karmic relationship. It was also a lesson that there were lessons to be learned from this situation. Let me just use this one, broken mirror. What's the message? Is that messages of love? Use the broken mirror deck and see what comes out. Displacements, displacements. Yeah. If it was definitely a toxic connection, because you've got broken mirrors here. It says addictions, roller coaster, toxic connection. Okay. Here it says sick and tired, cycles over it, decisions made. So obviously um you made that decision to walk away. If that's your end, that's if you've already experienced this. Okay, it might be something that you're going through at the present time. All right. um this Whether you walked away, could be a past person. Maybe this person is still holding on, hoping that they will have a second chance. um yeah. All right, it says toxic love. So this was not it was there was a lot of drama, addictions, a love hate relationship, or relationships with people, or it doesn't have to be family or a love situation. It could be just to do with maybe a former, to do with people from a former workplace or something like that. um it's sort of like a runner chaser dynamic here, but it could also be to do with a twin flame connection. If it was a person, okay, this person was definitely a false flame. Um, this person probably still unable to make, or um, they probably don't even know what they want. This and they could be quite envious of what you've got going, especially if you've entered a new relationship, even probably even just loving yourself. um they could somehow have some form of resentment towards that. Or it could be that maybe you might be, or you could be in a spiritual union, and that's why um they're quite envious, because you've got hatred, spiteful, jealousy here. um and if you are in a divine connection, or in a relationship, divine or spiritual union, uh maybe that's the reason why, because you've got soul contract, soulmates, partnership, spiritual union here, and you're probably loving yourself. And it says there at the top here, the Empress, a beautiful, sexy, abundant, confident. All right. So Let me use message of love, oracle, and see what comes out there. Again, you do have ego at the top. I let my pride get in the way of our connection. So that's probably what some individuals or person that you left behind, or maybe that's what they're feeling now. Or as I said, this could be um, energies things that are happening now, feelings someone is having now, or in the near or distant future. This person could be also keeping secrets from you. All right, somebody probably, or in that situation, because you got unappreciated, and so maybe at that time you were in this relationship, this you probably didn't feel you felt unappreciated. Okay. um and maybe they want to somehow, or they want you, your need your forgiveness for how they treated you. But I don't know, it's up to you. Although it's sometimes I mean, from what I've learned, that uh forgiveness is a part of healing. You don't have to take that part, but you can forgive yourself and forgive the individual, and they probably just feel now very unsatisfied in their life, and some of them might have now regret because of the way they treated you. Okay. But again, it's all about taking responsibilities, okay, for our own actions, okay, and because you got responsibilities here, because at the end of the day, it's all, as I said, that our fate is in our hands, okay. It's all to do with the decisions and choices that you make, okay, in regards to the different types of relationships you have with people. All right. And this was sort of like this was some form of sold contract. It says the lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten. So it's a situation where, okay, that there are lessons for both you and the individual, okay, to learn from. Because at the end of the day, that is what life is all about. It's all about learning lessons, okay, which we can heal, grow from, and then move on. Okay. Okay, so let me just see. Let me just see. I'm just going to let me just get should I okay, let me just use this deck and see what else comes up for let's see what else. Let's see what else. Okay, let me just ask spirit what should I use this deck or no. I see. I'm gonna use another deck, okay, to see what else comes up. I'm gonna use another deck. Let's see what else. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna be using the Rose Bell Oracle and see what else comes up. Just give it a bit of a shuffle here. Regarding the situation or situations. Okay. Energies. So okay, so you could be dealing with somebody who uh has Virgo placement, so you could this could be your star sign, moon sign. You could be a cusp. Or have Virgo placements. Okay, so the first one is Virgo, and then the second we've got love. Okay, right, so I've got fate, fate, water, change. Okay. All right, so let me just clarify these quickly. All right, I'm going to be using the modern Lenormand deck and see what comes up. Let's use this. So I'm just going to clarify these cards, see what comes up. So I'm just going to be clarifying Virgo and see what comes up, okay? Virgo. Okay, so whoever this person who has Virgo placements, okay, it could is there's two things here, okay? It could be because Ten of Cups came in, so Ten of Cups um could represent family members, okay? Because you got happiness, family, harmony, emotional stability. So some okay, so but whoever it is, they probably have experienced some form of instability because this card came in reverse. Okay. Okay, so you have Ten of Cups is clarifying Virgo, but this came in reverse. All right. Let me just quickly clarify love. Love. Okay, so it could be that this day, as I said, people who you have left, now this person could, whoever you left behind, okay, it could be a group of people, or it could be one person who probably now wants to collaborate with you, okay, to create a new passionate beginning with you, okay, because you got the Page of Wands here, you got Three of Pentacles here, and maybe that's what they're planning to do because you've got Two of Wands. You've also got Ten of Pentacles here to do with family again, or whatever the past situation. It could be that that it has something to do with some form of inheritance. Okay, but whatever that happened, you've walked away because there was maybe what it doesn't have to be, as I said, money. It could be to do with love. Okay, there was probably a lot of conflict there because you got Five of Swords, and this person, they or people could be trapped, feel house restricted. Um, okay, and if was a person, or you could be in this energy, all right. This person could embody, or people could embody King of Cups energy. All right, so let me just clarify fates quickly. Page of Pentacles. So We've got clarifying fate. All right, I've got here Page of Pentacles. Okay, this person, I think this is an individual. I think what it is, I think maybe whatever, maybe this person, okay, who's in this Emperor energy, it could be a former boss or boss. This person probably received news, and as a result, um maybe because you're standing your ground or whatever, it's probably caused some tower moment for them, or by you walking away from this situation. Somebody who created a lot of illusions regarding a situation, could be to different relationship, and they somehow feel at loss. Okay, let's me just now feel very discontented with their life. Okay, but again, it's all to do with fate. It's very much to do with the choices and decisions we make. Okay, so I'm just going to clarify this one here where it says water. So you got Six of Pentacles here, clarifying out. Yeah, it's definitely this one is to do with a relationship. So yeah, whoever was left behind, they feel betrayed, backstabbed, because you left them. This person or people could have put you in a third party situation here, because you got Three of Cups there. This person could embody Knight of Wands energy. um they could be trying to find a way to start a new relationship with you, new passionate beginning, love relationship with you. And this person could embody the King of Swords energy, but you've moved away from this situation because you've got Six of Wands here. Okay? And you are happy, abundant, feeling fulfilled with your life. All right? And that's the truth because you've got Ace of Swords here. Okay? And let me just clarify change. So I'm going to just clarify the last card from the Rosabelle deck. So basically, whoever you're dealing with, it could be a person. You could be a Virgo, or this person could have be a Virgo or have some Virgo placements. Just okay. So, but this one here, it looks like a sort of like a love relationship. Okay. Because the change card can represent change in your life as well as the person's life, okay? Because you've got the fate card on the table here, okay? And it's definitely to do with love, okay? All right. And this is, we've got Virgo. So we've got Virgo, love, fate, water, okay? And change, okay? So I'm just going to clarify the last part from the Rose Bell Oracle. Yeah, because you've walked away, things have changed in their life. They somehow feel disconnected, um, bored. Okay, it's created some change. It could be to different group of people, or they feel now abandoned because you walked away. Um, and also they could be grieving your loss. They probably feel stuck and stagnant, and it's all to do with the choices they made, okay? Because you walked away. All right? Let me just use this deck, the modern Lenormand deck, and see what else I can use to clarify. Yeah, it's to do with their stability, and definitely because you got anchor here, all right, clarifying Virgo, so it's to do with their stability. Um, you've got woman here, so but it doesn't always have to be, it might not be just a woman. It could be like it could be a masculine. It could be to do with a relationship with a child, or it could be to do with definitely to do with a relationship here. You could have had a child with this person because you've got man here. All right, you've got maybe there was a lot of fighting, arguments in this relationship. Um, all right, a lot of misunderstandings. Okay. Um, okay, but this person was he was probably they were very secretive. Okay, they were very secretive, and you've got the house, so it could be to do with as I said, family, or it could be to do with some a marriage or a love relationship here. Okay. All right, so to close off the reading, I'm just going to use, let's see, let me just get this card here. So I'm just going to just use this deck just to get a message from um, our ancestors. Select a card from the African Goddess Rising. And see what goddess is. Oh, this one. Okay. This one wanted to come out. So it says awakening. Okay, so as I said, if you're on a spiritual or religious path, you might be ascending at this present moment, um or you could be receiving channeled messages. Okay, so the message here. Okay, so oh, all right. So this card is from the Temple of High Priestesses. Okay, and her name is Yam Ahya. Okay, she's the goddess of awakening. Okay, and she's from Yoruba. Okay, from Nigeria. All right, and the message here, it says, "Wake up, awaken now to your true self. Are those tears of joy or sorrow? Let them out." All right, so and it says here, Yamaya swallows your tears. Okay, we are entering into, as I said, with the lunar eclipse, we are entering into a new emotional phase. Okay, um, it goes on to say you are vibrating at a higher frequency, so you see everything differently. This is Goddess rising. You are waking up, and once you have experienced awakening, you can never go back to not knowing. The path of awakening is not straight, comfortable, or easy. You have chosen to lift the veil and have a real relationship with the divine. You didn't come to transcend this world while you're living in it. You came here to dig into the soil, plant yourself, and grow. This ascension is your divine purpose. Okay, so we are all here. As I said that we all have a purpose. We are all unique. We all have our own. We have our own challenges as well as our own mission to go on. All right, and the goddess declaration, you could say and believe it, say, I am receiving and radiating love. I am receiving and radiating love. So let's see what else. There's just a few other decks I want to use to close out this reading. So let's see what this card it reminds me of the Empress card, okay, where the woman is pregnant, like she's about to give birth to a new idea. Okay, so let's see what messages spirits have for the collective. Just what messages you have for the collective. Okay, so it says here, the first advice, it says, stay connected to your spirituality, which involves faith, connection, inner peace, and guidance. Goes on to say here, focus on your own growth, which includes self-improvement, self-awareness, self-discovery, growth. All right. So these messages from spirit is very much connected to the message from the ancestor. Okay. The African goddess, and then it goes on to say, communicate openly and honestly, okay, and that would mean having a better connection, expressing yourself more effectively, sharing and understanding your ideas, your thoughts, okay, how you feel, all right. Let's see what else. Let me use the Fortune Oracle deck. Okay, so let's see what messages. Just want to give it a bit of a shuffle here. What additional messages our spiritual teams have for the collective, or the spiritual angels, or the spiritual angels? What additional messages do you have for the collective? Additional message. Ooh. Okay, it says, beware, be careful who you trust at this time. So it's a warning, okay, from our spiritual team. It says angel here on the top. It says your angels are guiding and protecting you on your spiritual journey. We've got abundance here, so the abundance came out twice in the reading. It says lucky times are ahead of you, along with good news, success, and prosperity. Okay, we also have the snake as well coming up here. It says your intuition and healing powers will guide you to a better path. Just be careful. Okay. Okay, they wanted me to take these two here. It says, um, world, be open to new possibilities in all areas of your life. So, getting rid of the old so the new can come in. And the last one, it says, key new beginnings, directions, and adventures await for those ready to let go of the past. All right. And let me just close this off. I just want to just see what crystals, if you're interested in working with crystals, see what crystals our spiritual team would like us to work with. All right. Let me just shuffle the cards a bit to close off the reading. And again, please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe or share. Whatever you've done in the past, whatever you're about to do now is much appreciated, and it does help the channel. Okay. Okay, so let's see. What crystals would you like the collective to work with? Holy Spirit of Angels, what crystals would you like the collective to work with? Holy Spirit of Angels. Okay, so it says moon kites. Moon kite. Okay, this is for the, especially if you lack self-confidence, or if you want to boost your confidence, your willpower, your inner strength. It says shine. You are made of stardust, so keep sparkling. Okay, we've got here rhodonite, which is good for the heart chakra, to help cleanse, balance, heal. It says love. Love is a verb, so make it your most treasured action. Okay, and we've got peach moonstone for the sacral chakra, which is to do with our creativity, to do our emotional being. All right. And it says that fertility, let your life burst forth from seeds of creation. All right. All right. So it's all about birthing new ideas. Okay. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this reading. Okay. Again, this was a collective general reading. All right. And if you did enjoy this reading, please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe or share, or just leave a comment. Thank you for watching. Have a good weekend. See you next time, and goodbye.